This is Blaine, aka the Plaid Lad, and today we're going to be talking about Ursacks. For those of you who aren't aware, Ursacks are either bear-proof, critter-proof, meaning rodents, raccoons, little things, possums, or you can get one that's both. I have all three versions, and we're going to go over the differences between the three. Okay, so the first one is pretty much the original Ursack. This one is only bear-proof. Now, that's not to say it won't work with wolves, lynx, whatever you have in your neck of the woods. I've got no predators near me. I should probably take this off so you can actually hear me. But this is made out of a special kind of Kevlar, and I don't know what the strings are made out of, but they are bear-proof as well. So this is the first kind. The next kind is the critter-proof version. So this is not bear-proof, despite the name Ursack, but this is squirrel, mouse, chipmunk, whatever little claws, little teeth things you have living around you, this will protect it against there. And this has a completely different closure system than the others. This does Velcro, and it has a little loop here on it, so that way you can hang it PCT style or the traditional way, but the PCT style is better. I made a video on how to do that, and I'll link it somewhere up in the ether. The third kind is a hybrid of both of the other kinds. So it has the same classic Ursack closure system as the main version, and the same Kevlar outer layer, and the inner layer is made out of that same material as the critter-proof version. Now, a critter can still chew through the Kevlar portion of this. That part is still not critter-proof. However, they won't get to your food, but if you do have a critter chew a hole in this, and then a bigger critter comes along and tries to get in it, they might be able to rip through that Kevlar a little bit. So it is still not a 100% foolproof system, but it offers the most comprehensive protection of anything that's not a bear canister, which who wants to carry one of those? So to properly close your Ursack, you want the cords to be threaded so they're crisscrossed. Makes your little X there. And then you're gonna cinch it tight as you can. Then you are going to tie 2 double overhand knots. So it's kind of like the knot that you do when you tie your shoes, except you do that overhand motion twice. So there's one of them. And then, okay, so now I'm gonna do that again. 1, 2, bam. All right, so now there's no gap, no little critter can crawl into your bag, and no animal can get their claws in there to try to get that open. Now, to secure it to the tree, what I like to do is tie a figure 8 knot. So to do that, I make a little shape like that. You're gonna kind of wrap around your base like that, and pull through like that. I should have my sides a little more even, but you see there that the knot makes a little figure 8 there. And so the beauty of this knot is that you can pull and pull and pull on this, which a bear would do if it was trying to get into this. You can still get your knot untied relatively easily, but the bears cannot. Some other nice features with the original Ursack and the combination Ursack, which they call the Ursack Almighty. If you forget how to tie your double overhand knot, there is a little diagram there that shows you, and this tag is reflective, and so are the ties. So if you're up early in the morning, it's still dark out, and you want to try to find your food bag, it does shine really, really well with a headlamp. I have put that to the test. Now, some of the downsides of the Ursack are, one, probably the most obvious, is the price. These range, if I'm wrong, I'll put it on the screen below, but they range between like $80 to like $250 depending on the size that you get. This is a 10 liter. That one there, that's the combination one, that is also a 10 liter. And then I believe this is also a 10 liter bag. So these are good for little like 1 to 3 day trips in my opinion. They say 5 days. It all depends on what you bring. Now I do also have a 20 liter version, which is something that I will use on a longer, like a 4 or 5 day trip. And that seems to work pretty well. Now another downside is the weight. Nowadays we have all these Dyneema food sacks and all of that, and those are great. Those are pretty lightweight. Those are only 1 to 3 ounces, again depending on where you get them from, what size, and all of that. But they don't offer any actual protection against any kind of animal, and if you don't have a good tree to hang, you're kind of screwed. This, you just do it around the trunk, and you can make it work out. A lot of the places that I go in Michigan are predominantly pine forests, so I don't usually have a really good branch to hang a traditional food bag on. So I've switched to the Ursack for this year, and I've been loving it. However, these weigh about 1/2 pound, and I believe my 20 liter version weighs about 13 ounces. And this guy, I'm going to put all the weights on the screen. This guy is about 4 ounces, so this is by far the lightest out of all the different kinds of food bags. So they're not nearly as light as those Dyneema food bags that you can get, like Hilltop packs or anything like that. However, they are still significantly lighter than a bear canister, which the lightest of those are about 2 pounds. So it still is a good alternative. I just saw earlier this year that the Appalachian Trail Conservancy is recommending that you use some sort of bear-proof container, be it a bear canister or an Ursack, when you're on the Appalachian Trail, due to all of the bear-human conflict that's been going on over the past few years. So I think it's really well worth it to go the Ursack route, especially in conditions like that. Now, one other downside is that because it's not a hard-sided container like a bear canister, bears can still crush your food. They might not be able to chew it and eat it, which is good because actually getting that food reward is how bears get habituated to people and our campsites and all of that stuff. However, it might mean your food might be spilling out or uneatable in the morning. So just keep in mind that while it protects bears from eating your food, it might not protect your food from getting destroyed by the bear. Okay, so that's the pluses and minuses of the Ursack. Now, for me, I think that the pluses way outweigh the minuses. Even though a bear can still crush my food, even though it's a little heavier than an Anima food sack, even though it's not waterproof, I still think just the ease of being able to hang it up at camp and know your food is going to be semi-safe and you're not going to be rewarding any wild animals for getting into people's food, that helps me sleep good at night. I've used an Ursack on pretty much every single trip this year, and I love it. It is way better, way easier than hanging up a food bag, in my opinion. So if you like this video, please click the like and subscribe buttons down below. Hit the notification bell so that way you know whenever I'm going to put up some new content. Thank you all so much for watching, and until next time, I will see you on the next one.